So, Storm, how do you use the Empress candle?
The Empress candle I really, really use for that particular, and this is the female candle that I love. She is really that creatrix of the physical universe. She governs it, and a lot of people, I think, because we tend to equate the physical world of money, Jacki, with the masculine rather than the feminine. I think that they often miss the point in regards to spellcrafting work, because I think that you need to go to her first before you can get to him, which is the next card. To really boost up a money spell, I would use the Empress candle big time because she makes things very, very fertile. And fertility, the ability to produce massive amounts of things, I think is more important than necessarily just getting the $50. You know what I mean? And having the particular energy to turn the $50 into $5 million is really more her domain necessarily than it is his. And by his, it's the next candle that we're going to do. But I would also use her in regards to getting in touch with your inner beauty. I would use her in regards to if you're having some form of romantic difficulties. I would use her with it as well. In regards to getting in touch with your own sexuality, I would use it. There's a lot of my, and I don't know whether or not it's because I'm very in touch with my sexuality, but I get a lot of clients that are not in touch with their sexuality at all, Jacki. And she's one of the candles that I recommend strongly for them to get in touch with that sensual, erotic component in order to begin to be able to express it in a way that actually attracts things to them. A lot of the problem, I think, in regards to attracting relationships is fear. And a lot of that particular fear is awkwardness in regards to your own body. So I think that she's great for that.
I love that. I love the way you're using it. I was a little more limited on the Empress candle, and I wasn't using that as much. I was mostly using her as a symbol of the goddess, and to get in touch with that energy for myself in the rhythm of life. And I use her for connecting with if I'm struggling against something a little bit too much, I'll light the Empress candle to understand what I'm missing. I'm trying to row upstream rather than go with the current, so I use her to teach me where the current is. But I love the fact of using her for that prosperity, because she will take that $50, plant it, fertilize it, and it can grow into $5 million.
What seeds are you planting is basically one of the ways that I work with her. When I am doing, for example, not to inundate people with excessive amounts of Kabbalistic magic, but if I'm working with the Sephirot of Keter, which is that seed planting Sephirot, Jacki, I will use the Empress candle to help with that particular energy, because she's a seed planter, also she's one of the candles that I will use after a death candle, if it is a financial circumstance that I'm wanting to manifest. I would probably do Death, Empress, Emperor in that particular order. So she would be my energizer candle.
So if you have already invested in something, if you've started a business or you've invested in something that would give a return, definitely light the Empress candle for that. And when you dedicate it to that, when you put that intention in there, you can inscribe that on the candle, on the side, on the bottom. You can put it on top of the candle holder, on top of the papers for it. But I'm just thinking of all the different ways I can use this candle. And I love it.
Well, remember her astrological attribution is Venus. And Venus rules both Taurus, which has to do with money and values, and our physical bodies. And it is our first encounter in the zodiac with physicality. And she also rules Libra, which has to do with relationships. So it is shocking to me that a lot of it, and maybe I just think way too practically, Jacki, but it's shocking to me that a lot of people that work with magic automatically want to go to the dude before they go to her.
Right, and she is that lovely pink color. Actually, it's a deeper pink. It's a much more of a passionate pink. and I haven't talked
kind of
about
like
the colors yet, but that's very much vitality. I love it.
Yeah.
And that's what you need when you're going to, whether sensuality or looking at it for prosperity. I love it.
I also, interestingly enough, I had a client that was going through some issues in regards to cancer. And she asked me about candle magic stuff, and I said, well, here's the deal. I said, I'm not going to sit and tell you whether or not that candles can cure cancer, okay? It's probably the best thing for you to do is to consult with your doctors, whether that be a homeopathic doctor or whether that be, a garden variety doctor. But what we can do is that we may be able to use and alleviate some of the difficulties involved with cancer. So I had her actually do the 7 steps from your 7 steps book on the website using the Blessed Herbal line, but I had her get 3 Empress candles to burn along with them all.
That is beautiful. That is beautiful because she is so much more approachable than that masculine emperor energy.
Yeah.
Because she's sitting, even in the tarot cards, depending on what deck you're looking at, but she's sitting a little more openly to the side. And
she's ready to be impregnated, She's ready.
She's ready to chat. and then when you move to the emperor, he's on a dais. He's on his throne. You don't approach him. So unless he says,